Good morning. It's May 14th, 2024, and you're listening to Your Daily Manna on the WSLM Radio Ministry Podcast, the voice of Sacrificial Lamb Ministries. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Vince. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Your Daily Manna. We are finishing up looking at the 10 facts about the little horn in Daniel 7. We just want to look at 3 more to wrap up the 10. The first one for today is, it would think to change God's times and laws. So according to Daniel 7:25, and think to change times and laws. There was a Roman Catholic named Lucius Ferraris who said, the Pope can modify divine law. That comes from Prompta Bibliotheca Papa, Article 2, translated. If you will read the 10 Commandments in almost any Catholic catechism, you will note that the second commandment is removed entirely. The 10th is made into 2 and the 4th is changed. This power was to think to change God's law. Look at 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. The power that changes God's law exalts itself above God. So that's the first one. It would think to change God's times and laws. The next fact is, it was to be in supremacy for 1260 years, which would be AD 538 to AD 1798. Daniel 7:25 says, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So the little horn was to be in supremacy for 1260 years. If you read Revelation 12 verses 6 and 14 and note that time and times and half a time are 1260 days. Now, please remember, in prophetic time, a day stands for a year. The Bible tells us that in Numbers 14, verse 34, and Ezekiel 4, verse 6. This method of interpretation is biblical and proves itself in practice. The legally recognized supremacy of the Pope began in AD 538, when there went into effect a decree of Emperor Justinian, making the Bishop of Rome head over all the churches, the definer of doctrine, and the corrector of heretics. 1260 years later would reach to the year AD 1798. So that's the second of the 3 we're looking at today. Again, the first one was, it would think to change God's times and laws. Number 2, it was to be in supremacy for 1260 years, meaning AD 538 to AD 1798. And the last one for today, its dominion was to be taken away. Daniel 7:26 says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and destroy it unto the end. The little horn's dominion was to be taken away. In 1798, just 1260 years from AD 538, the French general Berthier took the Pope prisoner, and he died in French exile some 18 months later. The papacy received, quote, a deadly wound, according to Revelation 13:3. This was later to be healed. Therefore, the papacy will come back into power again for a short time, according to prophecies in the Revelation. No other power of history remotely approaches the point of meeting the 10 requirements listed by Daniel, and we're just going through the 10 requirements. We're finishing up the 10 requirements. A great host of Bible commentators believe the papacy is the little horn, and we here at the ministry agree as well. So there you have it, friends. We just looked at the 10 requirements, 10 characteristics, 10 facts about the little horn in Daniel chapter 7. If you missed any of the previous ones we went over, I invite you to scroll back to part 1 of our study of the prophecy of Daniel 7 and follow that up until where we are right now. We just finished up the 10 requirements, 10 facts, 10 characteristics about this little horn in Daniel 7. Please join me tomorrow as we continue our study of the prophecy of Daniel 7. We're almost done with this lesson, and you don't want to miss out what we're going to take a look at tomorrow. So until tomorrow, have a blessed day. May the Lord be with you, and continue to stay plugged in right here on the WSLM Radio Ministry Podcast. This has been your Daily Manna for Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. Be blessed.